can you just tell us a little bit more about this agency and how did you become to be a YouTube expert?
Yeah, really great questions. I'll give you the abbreviated version so we can get into the good stuff. But essentially 6 years ago, at the end of 2018, I found myself at rock bottom, and I was in dire straits. I was in a really bad time. I was sleeping on an air mattress, newly separated, had to escape from a very toxic marriage. And life was as worse as you could possibly imagine, at least for me. That was my low point. I've never been there again since, and hopefully will never be there again. So two things helped me completely turn my entire life around. And one of those things was getting addicted to YouTube content. It sounds cheesy, doesn't it? It sounds like a flippin' story, but I'm telling you, that's just what happens. Just because it's cheesy doesn't make it any less true. And I got addicted to just really successful entrepreneurs that hit the record button and pumped out some really fantastic content. And so I would binge watch through these videos. Like I would like get to the point where like I didn't even want to blink, and I felt like my eyes were like bleeding. And one thing led to another, and over a significant amount of time, I was able to just essentially rewire my brain because success leaves clues. And I was able to get my health and fitness right. I was able to get my finances right, but more importantly, I was able to get my mindset right. I started. I wasn't speaking very kindly to myself in those days, as you might imagine. And as anyone who's experienced that dark night of the soul will know that it's not a great place to be. So fast forward, I got into marketing. I was a social media person, and then I was reading between the lines, and I could see what was going on all those years ago. I was like, wait a second, businesses are getting way more performance metrics, and when it comes to things that actually matter to the business's bottom line. They're getting way better KPIs from YouTube than all of these other social media platforms combined. And I know I'm probably pissing off a lot of social media people when I say that, but that was just my experience. And so one thing led to another, and I became a YouTube expert. And I was working as a YouTube consultant for a couple of years. But I do genuinely spend most of my time working with professionals, entrepreneurs, and business owners. Yeah, sometimes a creator will come my way, but I find that they're out of all of the YouTube consultants and coaches and experts out there in the marketplace, by far and away, the vast majority of them are focused on the creator. So creators have tons and tons of support out there. And in my experience, the entrepreneurs and the professionals, they weren't really being supported in the way because they just run across different pain points. There's different challenges, different obstacles. Certain things cross over. There are certain best practices about YouTube marketing that impact both sides. But entrepreneurs is really where I really obsess over, because it was the entrepreneurs that were making really life transforming type of content for me back when I was at my rock bottom. So I was a consultant, and I helped businesses and entrepreneurs get better results via YouTube. But I came across a problem. I realized that in order to have a really successful YouTube channel to support your business, you need two things. You need strategy and you need execution. And without those two things, it's going to be a struggle. I'm just being honest. It's going to be a big struggle. You're going to be throwing spaghetti at the wall, and you're going to be that hamster on the hamster wheel, running your butt off and not really making any forward momentum. So that's when I decided to launch YT Era. We provide a done-for-you YouTube marketing solution for businesses and entrepreneurs and professionals who, they want a YouTube channel. And they want to do it right. But either A, they don't know how to go from 0 to 1. They don't even have a YouTube channel because they literally don't know where to start. So those kinds of businesses typically find us. And then the other businesses who, they have a YouTube channel and they've been active on YouTube, but, they're just not getting the performance, or they're looking at their competitors and going, well, how come the competitors kicking butt? Well, like, what are we doing wrong? I mean, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So that's typically when the business owner starts doing some research, and that's when they'll come across us and they start engaging in our services. So I'm passionate about helping businesses and entrepreneurs that have products and services that change the world. And because I love those businesses that focus on health and wealth specifically, because let's think about this logically, for instance. Like I'm a marketer. I've been a marketer for a long time. That means I have access to heaps and heaps of data that gives me an unfair advantage. So from a broad strokes perspective, let me ask you guys this question. When you're searching for content, where are you going to go?
YouTube.
YouTube or ChatGPT.
Oh, wow. Okay. You guys are the first ones to give me that answer. Most people say Google when they want to search. But
that was yesterday. No, for me, it's YouTube when I want to actually see how it's done. It's ChatGPT when I want the fast answer, and then not have to sort through results, which is what you get from Google. So